Starting 1.5 years, I have learned English just by listening and speaking. And after that, I started practicing with the real people from diverse background. And this is how I have learned and improved the fluency. The main thing and the major step I took in order to improve my English was listening. I used to listen a lot of.
Is grammar really important to speak English fluently? Yes or no? And whatever is your answer, I want you to give me a logical reason behind it.
I will give you the logical reason that grammar is not at all important because.
What do you think about it? Like, what are the difference between accent and pronunciation?
Okay, so hello, how are you? How are you doing?
Very good afternoon, Kanisma ma'am. I'm doing fantastic. I'm fit as fiddle. Thanks for your kind concern. How about your side? How are you doing today?
I'm doing really well, and today I get this opportunity to connect with you finally. And I appreciate your patience. You have a lot of patience. You have been asking me for quite some days to connect with you, but because of my busy schedule, I was not able to do that. So sorry for that. But now we are connecting.
Don't worry, ma'am. I can understand. That's totally fine. Being a homemaker is quite sophisticated to make a balance between our personal, professional, moreover in our academic life. But still, you are managing because maybe I would consider you as a jack of all trades. You have a versatile in nature. That's why you are somehow, to some extent, literally proficient in order to manage all this stuff. Hats off to you.
Thank you so much. I'm not literally able to manage. I'm just struggling and juggling between the things.
Yeah, that struggling and juggling will allow you to become the best version of yourself in order to manage these kind of stuff. And that's why day by day you're becoming master on it.
That's great. Thank you so much. Can we start with the introduction? I know a little
Sure,
bit
ma'am.
about
Why
you,
not?
but still I want to know like
Okay.
more about you. Yeah.
Sure, ma'am. I would be more than happy to introduce myself first. Well, my name is Shiv. I born and brought up in India. My native place is Uttarakhand. By profession, I'm a government employee. In addition to this, as far as my academic qualification concerned, I'm done with my master in English, master in commerce, and this year I'm pursuing my master in economics. This is my final year. Moreover, I do teach English to beginners and intermediate speakers through different online applications as an unofficial English trainer. And last but not least, I do have my own YouTube channel by the name of English with Teacher Shiv. So that's all from my side in brief, ma'am.
Okay, that's wonderful. So you are a teacher. You teach English.
Well, I'm not a teacher like you. I'm not a professional teacher. I'm an unofficial English trainer. You can say the application which I used to use in order to improve my spoken English. I started assisting and guiding all those beginners, fresher, who are co-learners, as far as possible for me. Like I've been sharing some vocabularies, English speaking tips, pronunciation, and idioms, whatever like they are seeking for. So I'm trying to assist them in this kind of stuff. That's how I
Oh,
guide and assist them.
okay. And from where did you develop this kind of accent?
I don't know, man. I'm a bit confounded about my accent as well. In fact, I'm dubious. Most of the time, when I'm talking to someone at the very first moment, this is the question I need to encounter every single time. But okay, fine. Let me tell you. Well, I did my schooling from Hindi medium school, and in
Okay.
my initial stage, I was such a terrible and awful speaker of English. I started from zero, started from scratches, and just because of that, people used to criticize and humiliate me a lot for my terrible
Okay.
spoken English. And from there, I decided to learn this language, and I choose one application in order to improve my spoken English. And there, I've talked with many native speakers around the world, some of them from United States, United Kingdom, Canada. So intentionally, I haven't learned any accent in my entire life, but just because I started interacting with them more and more, I got a bit influence of the accent on my spoken English. And second reason is last year I decided to work upon on my pronunciation and I started learning IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet. So there I need to deal with some different sounds. As you know very well, there are 44 sounds, 24 consonant and 20 vowel sound. So I started like practicing with those and like how can I enunciate different sound. So just because of that, like my way of speaking became a little bit different the way normal Indian speakers speak English. Uh,
Okay, okay, that's great. So, like, would you like to tell me the name of that application which you used, where you connected with different foreigners?
The name of that application is Hello, Hello, Hello. That's it.
Okay, is it still available? I want to talk to them also. I want to improve.
It is, but now that application is not that much good. I love that application. I used to use that application for 2 years, but now things are changed, policies are being changed, and so many things that that's not in our favor. So I love that application. Now I'm using some other application.
Which
Like
application you're using
since
now?
I started my journey learning this language, I have used around 7 applications. Right now I'm using Ace Fluency.
Oh, you're using Ace Fluency. Great.
Yeah.
So you took a subscription or like you're using learners? You're talking with learners.
Yeah, I took subscription. Of course, I have to improve. I just want to speak English as you speak so proficiently and
You
in an
speak
eloquent
better
manner.
than
So I need to
me.
work
How
hard.
can you're already speaking better than me? You are using amazing. You're speaking
I
amazing.
don't
How
think
can
so.
you say that? And I'm not a teacher. I'm also not a trainer because I know that since my English is not perfect, how can I teach somebody?
Wow, I'm being flabbergasted and mesmerized. As you said, like you are not a professional teacher and trainer. So even though you are not a mentor or trainer, you are speaking so good. Let me think about it. If you would a trainer, then the way you speak, I don't think so. I would have that courage that I should talk to you. Then I would never text you like, ma'am, I want to talk to you. Because for that, I need to just work hard a lot. But that's fine. At least you are not a professional English trainer. You're just an advocate, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah,
right?
I'm just an advocate. Yeah, I'm doing my professional work as well as I'm a YouTuber because
Now I can see your beautiful face and you are looking so pretty again. Thank you for
okay.
coming
Actually, I was
back.
getting one call. I have
Yeah.
disconnected. Then again, he's calling me. Maybe I again disconnected. I'll get again that call. So if I will get it again, I'm going to pick it up. So you have to wait for 1 minute and then we'll reconnect. If I'll get that call again, not now.
Sure, ma'am. I'll
Do
manage.
I speak a little faster? Am I speaking a little
Who?
fast?
You? No, that's fine. Even though you speak like a bulletin or Satavi Express, that's totally fine. I'm being habituated to listen people who speak so much
That,
fast.
that's
That's totally
great. That
fine.
so. What do you want to discuss today? Is there
Yeah.
anything specific, or you want to ask random questions and all, like, or you want to have a casual conversation?
I do have something in my plate that I want to serve you. But okay, let
Okay.
me start. Our first thing that I want to know from your side, what are the magical tips and tricks you have to speak English like you are speaking so fluently and in a professional way? So that's the first question for you.
There is no magical trick I have used. It's only by practice because I have been practicing from last 3 years now. Starting 1.5 years, I have learned English just by listening and speaking. And after that, I started practicing with the real people from diverse background. And this is how I have learned and improved the fluency. The main thing and the major step I took in order to improve my English was listening. I used to listen a lot of different videos, and like for around 4, 5, 6 months, I just listened. And after that, I start practicing with applications like Ace Fluency. It was the first application I have used when I was learning English. I used to talk with the learners on that application. And this is how I gained some confidence to speak in front of other people as well. And thereafter, I have started my channel, which is 2 years ago. And since then, I'm practicing with different people, tutors as well. I subscribe to few courses or online applications like Repingo, English Yari, and Ace Fluency. And then I had conversation with the tutors, which really helped me to improve my grammar. As I can say that when I have learned English on my own, I was not really good with my grammar. Since I've started talking with the tutors, I am improved. And I'm still making little minor grammar mistakes here and there, but they're not blunder. Yeah, that's all about learning.
Wow, that's really incredible and awesome that we have elucidated the whole concept about your secret of being fluent in this language. And Second question from my side is, what do you think? There is always a controversy between these two aspects of English. That is grammar really important to speak English fluently? Yes or no? And whatever is your answer, I want you to give me a logical reason behind it.
I will give you the logical reason that grammar is not at all important, because my kid, when he was 3 years old, he was able to speak three different languages: English, Hindi, and Bengali. Bengali is our mother tongue. I'm married to a Bengali person, so Bengali is my mother tongue. So he learned all three languages without teaching grammar. He can speak Hindi, even though that time he did not even know single Hindi letter, RE. He can speak fluent Bengali. He did not even know the letters in Bengali or anything in Bengali, but he still can speak. Similarly, English is a language. If you will learn it as a language, you can learn it. You don't need any grammar. I'm saying any grammar means any grammar. But yes, if you want to write English, if you want to give an exam, you want to clear interviews, you must have to focus on grammar, because without checking their grammar, they're not going to hire you. Grammar is important on from that point perspective. If you are just want to learn English for communication, day to day conversation, casual English, no grammar is important. You can learn it just by listening and speaking. You don't until you don't need to, like, if you need to master it, you want to be a professionalist, you must have to go with the grammar. That grammar is must, but otherwise it's not that important.
I should not feel hesitant in order to say this statement that again you have nailed. Whatever I've asked, you elaborate in such a magnificent and splendid way. Super. And my next question goes for you that I hope you heard about these two different terminologies. The one is accent, or the another one is pronunciation. So let me know, what do you think about it? Like, what are the difference between accent and pronunciation? Which one is more important for you in order to speak English smoothly and naturally?
Okay, first of all, your questions are literally amazing. I love answering them. Now, my answer is
Thank you.
pronunciation is basically how you pronounce the word. The correct pronunciation is very important when you're talking to somebody, because if you are pronouncing some words wrong, the other person will not be able to understand. Accent is different from pronunciation. Pronunciation is the correct way of speaking the word, but accent is the tone, in which tone you are talking those few words, in which tone you are pronouncing such words. That is called accent. Accent is not mandatory. You can simply convey your thoughts in your normal language without using this accent. You can use your natural accent, like I'm using natural accent. Even if I'm speaking in Hindi, I'm speaking like this. So this is my natural accent. Accent is not important. Pronunciation is very important. We should always focus on pronunciation the time when we are learning English, because once you will learn the wrong pronunciation, it will take a lot of time to correct it in future, because once we are habitual of something, it's not easy to, what do we say, eliminate from our routine. So learn it with correct pronunciation. Yeah, I hope I answered you.
That's really amazing. The way you have expounded the whole scenario, it's really remarkable and phenomenal. I'm impressed and still I'm enjoying. So, am I allowed to throw next one on you so that you would blast in the same way as you have been blasting?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, this is a
sure.
question.
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. Uh, I hope you have talked to many co-learners and you have observed and experienced as well that they use a lot of fillers while spoken English. Sometimes they use like, I guess, actually, literally right, and there are so many others. I want to know from your side, what do you think? What could be the authenticity of using these fillers while spoken English? Is it true or not? Secondly, if you think we should not use fillers, what could be the best way that you can get rid of these fillers while spoken English?
What I feel is that if you're talking to somebody casually, you can use fillers because they are the part of your conversation. Sometimes you even need to think like what you have to say. For example, even if I'm talking in some other language, whatever, I'm, if somebody's asked me a question and I need to think about that, so I will obviously take a pause and I will maybe pronounce something from my mouth. Yes, I remember. Like this is how. So sometimes pauses are necessary and you should take those pauses. But if you talk about the fillers, like you know what, when we don't find any few good words to put in our conversation or in sentence, we use extra words to just, cover them. so that the people will feel that we are fluent, we are not making any mistake, and we know English. Just to give this good impression, we use filler words. This is what I also do. There is one filler word I use, like so many times, like few people told me that why do you use like every time? Because whenever I don't find anything, whenever I stopped, whenever my mind stopped thinking about any other sentence, I speak like, yeah, so it's very natural. But I have seen the people, especially who are tutors, they never use any filler word because they are very proficient with their language. They know how
Right.
to speak, what to speak. Their mind is already prepared before even speaking. So it is only happen with the people who are learning English. The moment you have learned English, you learn this art of speaking, you are not going to use these fillers. And that is 100% sure. And I personally want to tell one name, Shanta ma'am. When she speaks, I love listening to her because she's not using any kind of filler during the conversation. There is one or two more names which I have. They're not using fillers. And when you are not using fillers, your conversation is more precise and it feel great when you hear it, when you listen to it. So yes, fillers are not good, we shouldn't use them, but it's a human nature. When we're learning something, obviously we are going to think that time. It's a practicing stage, so using filler at that stage is quite okay. But once you become perfect, you should try to improve your language, or try not to use those fillers in your conversation. Yes.
Wow. Um, Again, flabbergasted and awestruck at the same time. The way you have described every single thing, you didn't left a single stone unturned. And this could be last question from my side. I hope you have experienced this particular situation in your life as well, when someone is asking any question to you, or when you have to explain a topic. So, what could be the best steps or way that one should follow in order to answer a question or explaining a topic in such an amazing and effective way that it means a lot?
Okay. Okay. So first thing, let me talk about my when somebody's asked me a question, first of all, I try to answer it in a simple English language. I make sure that I do not use such hard vocabulary which the person might not be able to understand, because you never know the person sitting in front of you, he is good with English or not. So we should always start with the basic English language. Second thing, try not to go here and there, stick on the topic, think what a person has asked, and try to answer in precise way if you can. If you are not able to do it, you can express with easy simple words and better structure. That's it.
Wow, I'm baffled and surprised that the way you are answering seems to be that you have read my mind already, that what I'm about to ask the questions. You are that much prepared with your answers. Amazing. Anyway, I do have a lot of things on my plate that I want to serve, but I just want to keep it for some other day because digestion is equally important consuming something. So I'm done now. Now over to you. If you have any questions that you want to ask to me, please feel free to
Yes,
ask.
I do have a few questions which just come to my mind. I haven't prepared for this session. I haven't any question written with me. But just the way you are talking to me, I have this question, like, why you are not so much expressive? You asked questions in such a manner like you're a machine or you're a robot. I feel like that you have no expressions. Why? You're not even moving. You're because like you're very straightforward. You're straight in asking questions. You have no expressions, no body language. Why?
Well, ma'am, there could be plenty of reason, but first reason is like this is my first interaction with you. I've been trying a lot to interact with you. I'm not sure when I would able to connect with you. Suddenly you have connected with me. So first impression is the last impression. What I feel whenever you are talking to a stranger, you should be very formal at the first meeting. Uh,
Okay.
by the time when you start interacting with him or her, then you may be a bit open and then you can start having an informal conversation.
Yes.
Then, in addition to this, like when I'm asking question to you, I'm damn sure maybe you are going to upload this video or I would upload this video. So those who are viewers, they should be in that position or they should be in that scenario that the conversation is going in is quite serious. And the questions I have asked you, it's not only my problem. In fact, there are so many colons. They have been struggling a lot with the same questions, and so I found you are the authentic speaker who can give a very beautiful and splendid for us answer for this question. So I thought I should be very formal, and that's why. But when it
Okay.
comes to emotions, feelings, yes, man, I'm a human being. I do have heart. I do have feelings, emotion, but yes, it depends.
Okay.
I'm
So you
sorry
want.
if I made you a bit uncomfortable because of that, but I intentionally haven't done it.
No, no, no. I was not uncomfortable. I was okay with everything. I was just curious to ask you, like, you always talk in such a manner, or like it's your first conversation, or you were trying to make it in a professional way. That's why I asked you. So clear it with your answer that you want first conversation should be a professional conversation, and that's why you're answering in such a manner. That's fine. That's your style. I just wanted to ask you. That's no nothing wrong with it. It's quite good. You should be formal, but like it's a problem with me that I'm not able to professionally present myself. I don't know why. It's very natural. I'm very much expressive, so that's why I always judge from that point of view. But you are okay, everything is okay with,
That's
so it's a
totally
great
fine,
session.
ma'am. That's totally fine. As like we have this hand, we don't have these fingers equal. Like,
Yeah,
right? Same
that's
goes with human nature. We all are unique in aspect of
some way.
thinking, thought process, mindsets, preference, like and dislikes as well. So we have our individual choice and preferences. So that's totally fine. But yeah, I've enjoyed the session. And if you have any more questions that you want to ask, so you can ask because
Oh
I
no,
don't
I
think so. Like we
enjoyed the
do have that
session.
much time
I
that we
love
can
the
ask.
way you I love the way you appreciate me after every answer. No one has appreciated me this like a lot. You appreciated me a lot and I love it. I love this conversation and I would love to connect with you in future to discuss some topic so that I can learn some new words from you. You're using a good vocabulary, I feel, phrases also. So it's good to talk to you. Yes. Whenever I'll get time, I'll message you.
Uh, Sure, man. In fact, I stopped myself in order to use my lexicons because I want to make this conversation quite simple. Otherwise, I do have more than 20,000 vocabs in my mind. I do consider myself as a logophile because I love to play with words.
That's
Anyway,
great.
it was really wonderful, fruitful session with you. I've enjoyed a lot. Hopefully, you as well. And first of all, thanks for giving your precious time to me. I've learned a lot of things from you, and definitely I would watch it with at least 10 times so that I can pick those words and the criterion aspect you have in terms of answering my question. I'm going to imbibe those stuff in my spoken English as well. Thank you for enlightening me with your vast knowledge and experience.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much. Bye bye. And I hope I can also put this video on my channel.
Sure, man, please, you are more than welcome to do it. You are the boss, and I do have only two rules for boss. First, boss is always right. Whatever he wants to do, go for it. Second, even though boss is right, follow the rule number first.
That's great. That's amazing. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye. It's a lovely conversation. Yeah.
Thank you, man. Bye-bye. Take care. Have a nice day ahead.